Hi all. Right, back with Enemy Action Kharkov, Soviet Solo, take 2. This will be the start of part 6. I wasn't sure about that last little bit, but it was a quick German impulse, so I've just chucked it in the back of part 5. So this is take 2, part 6. I only have 3 cards left in my hand. I'll let you have a look at them. That's what we've got left. We activated third tank the last turn with the Stavka card, so we can't activate them again. And yeah, we could use the combat tactic. I think I'm going to do the Popov again though. That's the whole army activation again. And then if I do that just now, we might see about wanting to use that air power, or even possibly that tank brigade combat tactic. And if not, maybe we should. Thing is, if I want to speed to the end of the turn, that's how to do it. Remember doing a bit of that in Enemy Action Ardennes, German Solo, when you wanted to speed to the end of the turn, just to give the Allies less time to kind of get positioned, really. And if I did want to activate 69th Army, well, it's, maybe I should get. Well, this 40th Army unit's adjacent to this, but it would be nice to have 69th Army adjacent to them as well. Then when we activated them, it's more than likely this one will be away as well. Third tank will be activating again. When we activate them, the two garrisons go away, and we can maybe push up this and have a go at the Raus units maybe, and heading for that city. So, but I'll do Popov first, just in case I see that I might want to use the cards as combat tactics. Okay, so Soviet Impulse, Mobile Group Popov, we're going to activate all units in the army. Yeah, so what are we going to do? Right, well, first of all, we activate them all in the army. We've got units adjacent to this garrison here, so that garrison goes away. No, like I say, we can't sort of make any move round about. Not that it would matter about this garrison being here, because the terrain cost to get through here for, well, any kind of unit really, but it's both mech units we've got here is too extreme. But as soon as I move a unit into there, I would have to stop. Whether I might want to set a unit up for that, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like you're leaving things behind to do. But garrisons are annoying. You can see they're going to be kind of annoying. You can't reach where you want to reach if they're in the way. It's a sort of like you've got to stop and then start. I suppose similar to roadblocks that were in Ardennes. Yeah, I feel like there's more of them here, but maybe not. Maybe that's my imagination. Okay, so what we're going to do? Well, these are our 2 targets, aren't they? I don't think we're going to concern ourselves with this one at the moment, so we're just going to try and go for these 2. Could have a look, I suppose. He built himself an IP the last time. That's why we were able to finish that impulse pretty quick. Thought he was going to not do anything again, but because we took this city and there was a wee bit of space to move. Okay, let me have a wee think. Okay, I get 5-1 here, and what did I say? 12, 16, 5-1 here as well, I think. I don't think we can push to try and go for all 3 of these. So, yeah, yeah, so these 2 guys are going to just cross the river. And remember, the same rule applies within this game as did in Enemy Action Ardennes. You can always move 1 hex, assuming it's a legal move. So if for some reason, I don't know if the case ever arises where you wouldn't have enough movement points as such, but you can always move 1 hex. Pretty sure that's the same. Yeah, there we go. Page 24 under Rule 11 movement. A bit halfway down. Basic restrictions. A unit may not exceed its movement allowance when moving. However, see 11.5 for Soviet strategic movement. Okay. A unit with insufficient movement points to enter a hex may not do so. And then exception, a unit may always move at least one hex as long as the move is otherwise allowed. So yeah, it's the same. To be honest though, I don't think I've ever cropped up. That's never cropped up in any games I've played where I've been in a hex I didn't have enough movement to move into the adjacent hex. But I dare say maybe it's possible. If I suppose, let's just say we're moving from, is there any woods to woods? No, that doesn't matter though, because you're only moving one hex, aren't you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm not sure it could come up, but maybe it could. But anyway, you are allowed to do that as long as you're not breaking any other restrictions, of course. It doesn't allow you to break rules. It just allows you to move one hex if you've not got the movement to do it. Okay, so he's going in there, and then this guy is going to follow, and then oh shoot, I can't. Oh yeah, I can. Do I have the movement? I don't know, what is it I'm trying to achieve here? I'm trying to, if I'm going to have the two combats, I had a look and I thought, I think if I attack this unit first, I mean, bear in mind I'm going to have this unit in here probably. If I attack this unit first and I get a 2 hex advance, I can then surround this unit before the next attack. However, he has a friendly unit adjacent, so him retreating into there doesn't take a step loss. So I thought, alright, okay. So I thought, can I do it the other way about then? Can I attack this unit first? I don't think, I'm not going to get a 2 hex advance that's legal, am I? Because this unit's going to be in the way. Well, yeah, I'd be moving from zone of control to zone of control. I thought I'd seen a way of doing this, and now I'm not seeing it. Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, no. No, I'm thinking about the other way about. I don't think there is a way to do it as well. There's not a way for me to attack this first and then advance to be able to surround this guy, I don't think. Damn, I thought I seen something as well. Maybe just been making things up though. Yeah, I still can't see it. So, okay, we'll forget about that. Right, so this guy's infantry crossing this river is a +1. Into the woods is 2, so that's 3. And then he's got 1 movement left, and he can move into broken for infantry is just 1 movement point. So that's right, yeah, okay, and that gives us 11 and 9's 20. Yeah. Yeah, okay. And then this guy is going to move into here. Ooh, yeah, that's fine. I guess we just bring him in the same then, don't we? Right, hang on, that's... he's going to be attacking him though, isn't he? That's fine. Well, yeah, we kind of want that, because we want to flank both. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4 into there. So one of these units is going to attack that hex, one of them is going to attack that hex. And then, yeah, so we've got this flanked, and then we've got that flanked as well. Yeah, but I can't get surround. Well, I can get surround on this unit if I attack this one first. However, like I say, he can retreat. Does it matter if he's dispersed? A hex in enemy zone of control occupied by a friendly supplied unit. Yeah, I mean, he's still a friendly supplied unit, even though he's dispersed. So, okay. So there's no real point in me. Yeah, and I'm not going to be able to advance into there if I eliminate him, and then advance from there into there, because I'd be going from zone of control to zone of control. Okay. Right then, well, I don't suppose it matters what way we do these then. So, I believe I'm getting 20 on that guy. This one's getting 4, 7, 11, 16. Yeah, I said that, that's right, 5 to 1. So chip pool wise for him is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 for artillery is 7. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 for artillery is 8. So I don't necessarily need to use these cards. Again, I don't know, you guys that I've played a few times probably would think you want to burn your cars, let's get them going, let's move on to the next turn, don't get the Germans more impulses. I think I want to do the activation of the 2 stacks of tank army units, and possibly, if there is an attack there, use the 69th army card as air power. And if there's not, maybe have that extra impulse, I don't know. Again, it's first time playing it, so maybe that's wrong. So I'm not going to play any combat tactics. Well, let's go for the first combat first anyway, and we can decide on that. So we are not. Right, what was the odds then? It was 28 to 4, so 5 to 1 odds. Now he's armoured, he's in broken terrain, so he's got a slight benefit there, I think. He doesn't have a unit adjacent though. We've got armour, we've got artillery. Right, and then chip pools are, I think it was 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's just the bottom one here we're using. These are the 3-step units, so 6, 7, and then 1 for the artillery is 8. So 5 to 1 odds, 8 chip pools. Yeah, let's just do that. So let's see what the Germans are going to bring along for a combat tactic. Oh, you're having a laugh. Pull out again. If drawn during combat and not applied, return to deck and shuffle. Well, 5 to 1 odds again. 5 to 1 odds, 8 chip pools. That guy was probably in a lot of trouble. Right then. So if combat ratio is 4 to 1 or greater, and in a non-VP hex, yeah, he's just in a broken hex, yeah. Treat the defending stat 2 hexes prior to combat in accordance with the retreat rules, but do not place disperse markers. The retreat yeah, that's all the dogs barking died down, I think. So yeah, the only restriction he's got to end in German supply, but yeah, there's not going to be a problem there. Attack is considered resolved, discard any combat tactics. Well, again, glad we didn't play anything. And attackers may advance after combat. Okay, so it's going to happen. We get rid of the dice again, the 3rd time in this turn. Might as well chuck that. Now that won't get shuffled in because it did get used. And we'll find when this guy's going to retreat. Right, so he can't go here, can't go here. So the first hex is straightforward. He retreats into there. That's our combat hex. And second hex can be any of these three. Preferences are VP hex, no, not in danger of surround. Okay, so just had a look, and all three of these retreat choices would put him in danger of surround. This guy can always get right round about him, and so they're all in danger of surround for that retreat. Woods terrain, there's no options for woods. Hex to which no Soviet unit is proximate, that's not an option either. Direction opposite forward arrow is that way then. There's the forward arrow there. So he's going to retreat into there. So that's his retreat. So that was a combat hex, and that's where he retreated to. So there is a path of retreat. Just wonder if I had to attack the other way and he'd left the path of retreat. Might have been, no, you know what. No, I think this guy, he would have retreated that way, wouldn't he? Okay, well, I suppose we should still advance. So we've got to advance into here. Well, it doesn't really matter about path of retreat. I could advance into here if I want. Now it's just the bottom infantry unit there. He's not going to advance. I dare say this guy will. And these two advance twice. I think. Yeah, I think so. So advance into there and then deviate from the path of retreat. One of them could go that way, I suppose. I don't see what real difference it makes. No, probably better putting slight pressure on this guy. I know he's dispersed, is going to remove at the end of turn, but he was reduced. He's one step, so yeah, just pushing on him, I guess. Yeah, well, that was frustrating. The third pull out of the turn. It's obviously on a lot of the cards though, and I suppose they are trying to defend and get safe and yeah, try to pull back a bit really. Same with a lot of the units have moved out of there. I think we had two occasions at strategic relocation, or maybe one. Right, anyway, right, well we've got one more attack to look at, I suppose, so let's do that. So it's this guy on top this time. Yeah, it's a 4 strength one. And then these are going to attack. So we've got 4, 8, 11, 16 to 3. So again, 5 to 1 odds. I think every time I've had to pull out, it's been 5 to 1 odds as well, isn't it? Okay, and 1, 2 chip pools, 3, 4 chip pools, 5, 6 chip pools, and 1 for the artillery. 7 chip pools, 5 to 1 odds. Right, surely not again. Let's see what the Germans get. Screen. Okay. I'll just chuck that away. Right, so our chip pools drop from 7 to 5. That's what screen does. Takes 2 chip pools away. Okay, well at least I'm getting to draw some chits this time. Okay, and we've got a minimum of 2 now. He's in a clear hex. Infantry. He does have... Again, I don't think it matters that he's dispersed, does it? What am I thinking of? Defender adjacent. Applies if defender adjacent to... Oh! It does matter. Applies if defender adjacent to undispersed supplied friendly unit. So that's fine. He won't get that benefit defender adjacent then. Okay, so minimum of 2 chip pools, maximum of 5, unfortunately. So getting a wee bit better there, and there we go. Right, I'll get the first 2. Okay, there we go. We had thought about Pioneer Power, didn't we? Don't think it was as good on the. It's only G1, yeah. Ah, well, we didn't play it. But we did get 41 there, so we do have D1. And like I say, even though this guy is surrounded, he does have a friendly unit and a hex adjacent, so he's going to avoid the step loss. Well, we've only got another 3 chits to draw, so I think we're drawing all 3, so I'll get the other 3. Yeah, I'm not so sure how to feel about this, because I'm taking 2 hits. However, we could disperse and only just take the 1 hit, because we're not doing it anymore, so we could get away with a hit there. Yeah, I mean, this is quite nice, I suppose. I mean, A1, D2. There's confirmation of my issue with woods. That is city or attack not supported, which is a priority. But there's an option there, town, woods, broken. I think that confirms what I was like looking at. Maybe it doesn't, because queer's not involved in any of these sides, is it? Right, okay. Well, somebody can let me know if I do have it wrong. So yeah, so 5 chits drawn. We have D4 and A2, don't we? Okay, so 4 hits to them and 2 to us. Well, let's deal with them first, and we can decide. I think I'm probably just going to take the 1 hit and disperse to avoid the second hit. Okay, so he's taken 4 hits. Oh, that is enough to eliminate him, isn't it? Yeah, just no IP, he's not in a town. Yeah, so he retreats. And like I say, he does retreat without step loss because that is a friendly unit. And then, so he would retreat somewhere else, and then the last 2 hits takes the step losses. So there is not a path of retreat. And that's him gone. So we've eliminated 5 units. I just feel like it could have been better if we hadn't seen pull out so many times. Right, that's their hits. So yeah, and the downside to me wanting to soak up that second hit on dispersal is I don't get to advance. So, but is that a biggie? So I've got a choice of, remember, it was just this unit that attacked this hex, the other one attacked elsewhere. So we could reduce that, or one of these. I don't think we're taking a hit with the pop-offs, have we? So I might just go for the armoured one then. Because this, I've got an armoured one here that drops from a 3 to a 2. Now, does it become just mechanised? It does. Well, as long as we keep it with a... Right, so I'm going to take the hit on that. And then disperse all the attacking units. So, well, in actual fact, this unit won't be dispersed. He'll be stacked with him, but which does have an effect if he's attacked, I think. I think can he only not retreat 1 hex because he's stacked with disperse unit. So this unit's dispersed. And that was the first hit. I took the first hit, and then I'm going to soak up the next up to the next 2 hits. So they've only got 1 by dispersing all the units that were in the attack. There we go. And yeah, that guy's in there, yeah. And that means that I can't now advance after combat anyway. Which is fine. It wasn't really, I mean, you know, if it's a VP hex or a city or something like that, you probably want to go for it. Okay, well, so there's a camera away here. Alright. I'll loosen it off, and because I think I've said this before. It's not. I mean, it's a small, kind of cheapish tripod, but I think it's really good actually. It works well. Sometimes it doesn't work. Right. Okay, so that's our impulse over. That's mobile group pop off activate again. So we take the 3rd Tank Army away, just from a wee area down there that and we have activated pop off again. So we can't activate them next turn. We do only have these 2 cards left. So yeah, we can ponder on that a little bit, see what the Germans are going to do. And yeah, well, let's move on. That was a quicker. It's about half the size, at least half the size of the last impulse. Right, so I'll tidy things up there and we'll get the next German impulse going. Right, next German impulse, here we go. Okay, that's one that we... Oh no, he's still around, isn't he? Yeah. Yeah, he pulled out as well, but had to pull out through when he was surrounded and took a hit. He is down there. So anyway, this is their core card. It actually starts with an event though. So turn 1 to 2 event, 4th Panzer Army delaying force. More garrison nonsense. So in the indicated German army area, place a garrison in the empty position hex that is in German reserve supply, and a VPX or within 5 hex of the German unit, and to which a Soviet unit is proximate but not adjacent. Okay, so, and his army area is the 4th Panzer Army, so he is between, just up where we put the card there, and this line here. So there he's in there. But it just needs to be in that area. It's no anything to do with him, to be honest. It just needs to be in a VP hex or within 5 hexes of a German unit. That's going to annoy me again, isn't it? This is going to be somewhere like here, isn't it? Yeah, probably. Needs to be in German. Right, okay. Hang on, I'll go and mark what I think might be some options. Okay. There's 4 options, but I'm just wondering if this is an option. I mean, this is an empty hex. Can a garrison be put in a enemy-controlled town or city? I'm not seeing anything, that's why. I mean, it does say a garrison can't be placed in a hex already occupied by a garrison. I don't know, I can't find anything that says that wouldn't be a possibility. And I've left that empty, which might be a bit foolish, to be honest. I mean, there's these units quite close to it. What could that be? I mean, the way in force in German reserve supply and a VP hex or within 5 hexes of a German unit, and to which a Soviet unit is proximate but not adjacent. All of them apply to that as well. Just something feels odd about the fact that they can garrison. It does say an empty. Position hex, which I believe that is. Okay, I think what I'll do is I'll see what the preferences are, and oh, right. The preferences are A VP hex. Oh dear. Really? I'm gonna have to. I feel like, well, I dare say it's foolish to leave it empty. You know, I mean, it's the first time playing the game, I suppose, but I'm not that stupid that I don't know that these units could just stroll back in and take that victory point back. Now, that's not what's happening. A garrison's going in there, but so I'm guessing I still control it. Right, give me a sec. Okay, I've just put the easy way out there and posted a question, just simply asking if a garrison can be placed in an empty Soviet-controlled town or city. But I tend to feel like the answer is going to be, well, yes. I can't see anything there that stops it, but you never know. I might just not be seeing anything, and it seems a little odd. However, I started thinking about it, and there's nothing odd about if the core route unit's activated. One of their action steps could well be move into that VP town, you know, and that's quite legal. It's empty, so why can't a garrison just be placed in there? I mean, garrison's meant to be, how do they describe it? Small force, sort of locals and that, and there we go. German garrison markers representing small delaying forces are placed when called for by a German action step, action card, event, or combat tactic. Oh no, it is. I thought it was right there in front of my nose, but no, it's still okay, because it says garrisons are placed only in empty German position hexes, and only if German supply can be traced from the position. But it is a position hex, because it was a German controlled town before I took it, so, and it's in reserve supply, and it's a VP hex. So just looking through the delay and force rules, and then the priority is, or it prefers a position hex that is a VP hex. So yeah, I'm going to say that that's where it's going to go. Unless I get a reply telling me otherwise. And all the others aren't VPXs, so that was the preference. Just offset that a little bit so that I can remember what's going on there, I think. Right, well, that was quite a quick impulse too. Can we do something more? Possibly, yeah, it's only 33 minutes. I mean, I don't mind them even going to an hour and a half at the most. I think after that it's too much. Okay, well, that's it. That would be their event. So we'll keep that in mind though. I have posted the question, and it's a reasonable time of the evening that somebody might spot it and have a quick response, so we'll go with that. So right, back over to us then. Let me have a wee think, see what I'm going to do. Okay, I think I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to activate the 3rd Tank Army Units card, and so we're going to activate 2 unit stacks in 3rd Tank Army. I mean, I do have this bunch down here, and I mean, to be honest, we could. So what has he got? A strength of 7. Chip pools, you're not going to get many though, but we could activate both of them and chase after that little guy, I suppose. I think it's probably better activating these 2 stacks. This one's going to remove that garrison, but here, these 2 already had an 8-2 attack on. Well, he could attack any of them, but the fact this one's only got 1 step. Well, actually, both of them have only got 1 step. I could sort of chase after an attack. I mean, I would only get 1, 2, 3. I would only get 3 chip pools. But I would have 41 odds. And then my thinking is, what we've got 3 units in here. Something I want to move adjacent to the garrison and Belgorod city, just outside. And possibly something just get across the river here, just so that we're threatening to get around the back and flank that guy. And also we're getting closer to Kharkov. I know that the force is a bit split up a bit though, that's the thing. But like I say, I'm going to get strategic movement next turn, so it should give me these infantry. I think they get an extra 2 movement points, so you know, they turn into 6 movement, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, as long as they don't end adjacent to an enemy unit right enough. But that'll get them catching up, I think. And I think that's better. I think chasing after this guy's silly, really, isn't it? I mean, he's the perfect target for these guys now to move forward when we get their card next turn, you know. I mean, okay, things might change about a bit. Right, let's do that then. Let's activate, because what's the best I can get? I've already said about crossing this river. I can't get very far because it's 1, 2. Now for infantry, oh, hang on. Infantry, it's only 1. Have I got infantry in there though? Yeah. I've got 2 infantry and this reduced mechanised infantry. So that's only 1 to cross the river and 1 to be in the broken. So that's only 2, 3, 4. I mean, you could get up to there or you could get into here. Possibly better going into here, or maybe even just hanging about in the broken hex there, with the intent the next turn coming around and flanking them, you know, when we get the full activation of them. I mean, yeah, things could change. If we activate the second SS, they're going to see that, they're going to say, no, you're not surrounding me. Unless I'm in charge of the AI operation, of course. And then, like I say, it'd be good to just have something there. Yeah, and I'm starting to fear moving out of leaving these towns undefended now with that carry on. I mean, okay, I've not lost the town. Although something feels odd about that, because it's meant to be what did we say? A small delaying force are placed in the town. Would that not mean that they get the town back? Right, we'll see what comes back, if there's any response. Okay. Right, I'm not quite sure how to do it. Right, he's flipped, he's not on. He's on his 1-step side. So 1, these are the 2 stats I'm activating, this one. 1, 2, 3, I think I'm just going to just stop outside the city there, across the river. Well, I've got to stop and I move adjacent to the garrison, yeah? And I think I'll just move these 2 infantry units. 1, 2 across that river, because it's 1... I'll move them one at a time. It's 1 to cross the Donetsk River, plus an extra +1, and then 1 to move into Broken. I wonder if I should just move adjacent to it. Yeah, because I can always go out and in come the time. So same with this guy. I just think sitting in the broken hexes is a wee bit safer than maybe in there, but I'm not sure that all matters really. I'm starting to spread these third tank units all over the place now, haven't I? Okay, let's go with that. Do we want to... See, I don't necessarily... Yeah, I think so. Oh yeah, I'm going to activate the... Because that stack was activated, the garrison goes away. Right, I think I'm going to do this. I think I'm just going to move... Should have split them up. You've got that whole thing about if you draw the units card again, you want them stacked, but if you're only attacking with one hex, you get a detriment to that, eh? Would be leaving them in the woods though as well if I just move them both into there. I think I'd like to leave them stacked because, you know, there's quite a few of these cards. And we'll just take a chance with hopefully we don't draw the flank attack one hex card. So I'm going to move in there. Should I split them up? Yeah, probably should, shouldn't I? They're both, yeah. Yeah, I think I will split them up actually. So I think I'll put him in here and I'll put him 3, 4 into there. Okay, and then so we're not going to attack here, but we are going to have a go at that guy. This one in the middle, who's a single step, 2 strength. So we're 8 against. Look at the card there. What are we, 8 against 2, so 41 odds. We could chuck this air power in, but I think now that we've done what we've done, we'll remove that garrison, and I think I should probably move the 69th Army units up, but part of me also feels like that's not the right thing to do. And we've only got 1 3-step unit, 1 2-step unit, so there's only 3 chip pools. We're outside the artillery, so that's all we're getting, unless we chuck that air power card in. Yeah, I'm just thinking if I'd maybe been a little more thinking about things. I mentioned the fact that at the end of the turn, German garrisons need to be able to trace reserve supply. That was one that I thought this guy, but this is a Soviet map edge, and the German map edge starts there. But he can't trace into there and then away because reserve supply doesn't allow you to trace through a friendly unit if it's in enemy zone of control. Where is that? Let's check that. Remove German garrisons unable to trace reserve supply. So that isn't a trace for him, but I kind of would have thought they could trace 1, 2, 3. Well, maybe not, because we've got this stuff up here. Because if the garrisons are going to go away, there's probably no point in me moving this 69th. Well, they're going to move a little bit, but not very far. They're going to have to stop here and here. I mean, yes, I could bring a couple of them round a bit, but they're only infantry. They've only got 4 movement. Right, hold on. Let's just see if this guy can trace reserve supply then. So 1, 2. You can trace 7 hexes to try and find a supply road. 3, 4, 5, No, I don't think you can. 6, 7. Because we've got this unit here stopping, we already noticed that's stopping the trace, so yeah. Right, I've got cut off there, I think, but I was away. I think my phone must have rang, but I was away for a bit there. So we're going to check these garrisons. However, I've just had a reply about my question and feeling a little foolish as usual. The main man himself, Mr. Butterfield, confirmed that no, you can't put a garrison in a town. And he referred me to the last bullet of rule 15.1 on page 40. And what do you know? What do you think 15's called? Some of you probably know all this and realised before and thought, Grant, it's towns, cities and improved positions. So towns and cities, you think I might have looked there just to see, but I looked under garrisons. It wasn't there. I mean, am I being picky that maybe it could have said there that you can't do it? I don't think so. I think this is the right place to have it under towns. Maybe I've got a bit of a case, but anyway, the last bullet does say German reserve units and garrisons can't be placed in a Soviet town or city. So yeah, if we were deploying a reserve, you couldn't go in there. And if we're placing a garrison, we can't put it in there as well. So I figure I should stop and try and find. This was based on. Well, this was a card, which is not really based on this unit. So to be honest, it's within here and here we need to deploy it. So I'm going to take that away. And it's not going to have had an effect because the stuff that I've moved is all the way up here. But we better place it before we try and carry on with what we're doing, because we were checking for. So, right, if you couldn't put it there, then where could we put it that Soviet Union was proximate to? I think that was legal. And that we're not wanting it adjacent to a Soviet unit, but we need to be proximate to it. Soviet unit needs to be proximate, and and that's it. That's a line. It's the 4th Panzer Army area. Right, I think that was a 4. Let's get that in. Delaying force in it. In the indicated German army area, place a garrison in the empty position X that is in German reserve supply. Well, they are, and although this is something that I'm just checking that out with the other garrisons, they're a bit easier because we can get to this road and then the Germans still control this. It's just this road itself is shut off at the moment anyway. So all of them can trace German reserve supply, yes. And then a VP hex, well, none of them are VP hexes, but they're all within 5 hexes of a German unit, yes. And then to which the Soviet unit is proximate but not adjacent. Yeah, I've got Soviet units proximate to all the hexes, yes. So, and then a preference is a VP hex, and that's why I ended up looking at the town, but okay, we'll got that one sorted. Removes dangerous surround from a German unit. Right, my guess is that this guy, and these guys were surroundable, but not, then we put that garrison there. Also, these pop-off units have moved a wee bit further in, but is this guy not in dangerous surround, possibly? I would think he is. 1, 2, no, the infantry doesn't pay to cross that minor river. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1 in there. So this guy is in dangerous surround. So if we were, kind of makes you want to think, if we put it there, then is that going to prevent dangerous surround to that guy? I think it is. think it is. I mean, we can still go. No, we can go into there, and we can clearly go into here, but we can't get into there now if there's a garrison there. Just looking at the Popov coming back across. 1, 2, 3. They'd have to stop there, wouldn't they? 1, 2. Yeah. I do think a garrison placed there, and it is in reserve supply still. Yes. The whole point of that clearly is, as what I'm looking at just now, is once we get to the end of the turn, if they can't trace reserve supply, then I'm going to get removed. Yeah, I think that's fair to say that does stop that guy from being in dangerous round. Don't think this guy is in dangerous round. Said that before. No, he's not. So this guy is. So I think that's going to be our priority then. So if I put a garrison there, I'm just going to look again to see if I can now surround that unit. No, I don't think I can. I can't get round, like I say, I'll be looking. Yeah, well, I've made 2 or 3 big errors already that were simple, so did I look at this? You know, can I place zone of control into this hex here? You know, I look at the hex that I think that they can escape to. Can I place a Soviet unit that zone of controls this hex, that controls it? And the answer is, to me, no. Can't get in there, or there by placing that garrison. So that's good. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go with that, and we'll go back to normal viewing. So thanks for that, John. Thanks for keeping me straight. Yes. So I was just about to zoom back in on the attack, but we were contemplating using air power instead of bothering about these guys if we felt that these 2 German garrison markers fell away. Now, I tried to trace 7 hexes for him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can only get as far as this area here, which is no good. This guy's a wee bit further though, so you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's 1 hex short. Sorry, was that? No, it probably wasn't, was it? Maybe open things up a bit. Right, so he's got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can only get to here. Well, sorry, here. And if he could get 1 hex more, he would then be on the supply road. So let's just double check. Tracing supply. German reserve supply can't be traced through a Soviet zone of control hex, even if occupied by a German unit. Oh, right. Glad I read this then, because I remember reading this before and I wasn't sure. This was before I had the game. So that additionally, German reserve supply can't be traced A, through Soviet zone of control hex, even if occupied by German unit. B, to German north or east map edge hex. C, to road leading off north or east map edge. Ooh. So hang on. B is to German north or east map edge hex, and then to road leading up. So north or east map edge hex, that's these. I think it states there though, doesn't it? Move that card a little bit. Yeah, it says no German reserve supply. So we can't trace it to that edge. Right, we weren't trying to do that. So that's the north, and the other one's the east. Alright, so that's, yeah, that's down, that's a way down here. So we can't trace, and it says there, no German reserve supply. So these areas would not be a traceable. So, if I'm able to trace on this road and only get down this way, then that's not good for reserve supply. And then to confirm, it is 7 hexes. A unit or hex traces supply via a path up to 7 hexes long to a supply head. If path crosses unbridged, allowed hex is 2 hexes. And then the supply heads include a friendly map edge hex and B, a road hex from which path of connected road hexes can be traced to a friendly map edge hex with road leading off the map. And then obviously supply paths can't be traced through enemy town or city hex or enemy occupied hex. Hex in zone of control of enemy unit unless occupied by friendly unit. And because we're tracing reserve supply, that bit doesn't apply as well. Okay, so I don't think either of them can trace reserve supply then. And the reason I'm asking all this now is, do I need to keep this 69th Army card? Let the garrisons disappear by themselves, activate these units next turn, maybe with strategic movement to get them to catch up a bit. And because I'm only going to be able to move them, this one's going to move to here or something and stop, and then I'm going to want to put one there. But if the garrisons are going to go away anyway, why bother? Right, I just need to make sure that these aren't able to trace supply, reserve supply. Okay, my slight worry there is I'm not maybe thinking about this river, because it does say if the path crosses an unbridged Dnieper River hex side, allowed length is only 2 hexes. Well, the Dnieper River, that's not the Dnieper River, this is the Donets River. So we don't have that. It seems to me that that's just a trace. Like for instance, if I can trace, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can trace right across that river. However, we've strategically, no we've not, we've probably got lucky. I don't think he could reach either though, could he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, yeah, he could. If that unit wasn't there, exerting a zone of control in that hex, or that hex for that matter, then I could reach my supply source. But he is there. So what do you know? 1, 2, no, not 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, it's not happening. It's not happening. No. And by me doing this also, it cuts down, it means the Germans are only getting one more impulse. And what I mean by doing this, I'm going to play this for air power on this combat. Because it's not, like I say, not a real special need to move the units. Wait, you see, I'll check it in the supply at the end of turn phase and I'll notice something and the garrisons will be still there. Well, we shall see. Okay, I'm running out of space here. So can we get this done? Yeah, I want a Soviet impulse to add on. Yeah, it should be pretty straightforward. Let's do it. So we added, we're going to add air power, so that gives us another combat tactic. So that makes it a wee bit more, but and air power's in there as well. So 41 odds, 4 chip pools. Let's see what the Germans get. Hopefully it's nothing. Here we go. It's von Manstein again. Well, it's a good time to draw it, isn't it? It only enables a combat tactic from turn 6 onwards, so we get lucky again. Martin's shaking his head again. Okay, so no combat tactic for them, 41 odds. It's only a minimum of 1 chip pool, and we're only having a maximum of 4. So I'll probably just try and squeeze them in there somewhere. The chits. Right, so let's get the first. Oh, that's not a good start. Defender adjacent. Yeah, and like I said, it's nah, we looked at it already. As long as it's not been attacked, innit? Oops. And it's not undispersed. Why is it defender adjacent to undispersed? Oh, hang on. I made a mistake there. I've read that wrong, haven't I? Applies if the defender is adjacent to... No, that's right. Yeah, no, that's right. Sorry, I was trying to read it differently there, thinking that it was me that was dispersed. It was the unit that was attacked that was dispersed, but that's not. If the defender is adjacent to an undispersed supplied friendly unit, not yet attacking this activation, and applies to Soviets only if defending and adjacent units in support. Right, well that is going to apply, so poor start. Right, well we might as well get the other three. Well, there we go. That was a poor attack at the end of the day, really. I had a wee snigger at this. It's flank attack and one hex attack, and we were considering having them both together, but to be honest, a D-1 wouldn't have mattered at all in this situation. We've not got nothing. Wood's broken. He's in a queer hex, but I don't know. It wasn't clear on the other side. It was dispersed unsupplied. So unfortunately, a hit to ourselves. Yeah. Yeah. They're both armoured, aren't they? Hopefully he drops to a 3 though. What is he? 66C. He does. Well, I kind of got to take it on that, I think. That's a terrible finish, and it just shows you just maybe shouldn't make the sort of wee silly attacks. I suppose I did have 4 to 1 odds. Just probably got a bit unlucky with the chip pools, really. So I'm going to take the hit on this guy. Yeah. So, because I think he would have dropped to a 2, strength. He drops to a 2 strength. Hang on. I just hate... He stays armoured, mind you. I just hate dropping these three step units away, but I think we've taken 2 or 3 hits with them that I'm going to have to just accept it. I've not looked at the reinforcements that we all get, you know what I mean? Glancing up there, there's not much for the 3rd tank. No. Do we take it on that guy? He's a one that moves 7 movement as well, isn't he? Starting to think that's not the right idea now. No, I'm going to lose 2 strength instead of just 1. Yeah, we're probably going to have to, come turn 3, we're probably going to have to make a repair or 2. The fact we only get 1 replacement point's a bit hard to take, but that's what it is. Okay, you lose a combat chip pool from this. I don't lose a combat chip pool from flipping this guy. So I'm going to go with that. Again, my first play of the game. It is keeping its armour, this one, whereas some of the other ones obviously are losing their armour. Right, okay, that's my impulse over, and I'll tell you what, that's the end. Well, Germans are going to get 1 more impulse, because I've run out of cards, but I run out of cards on my turn. So they will get 1 more impulse, but I'll need to upload this part because it's hogging the camera. So I'll hopefully be back shortly, and hopefully the next German impulse will just be added on the end. Okay, cheers. Hi all, right, hopefully that's just the end of part 6, take 2 part 6, but it could be the beginning of take 2 part 7. We shall see. It just depends on how long this German impulse is. I think I'm I'm about an hour already, so okay, let's just move on with it and then see what we're getting. How's the German impulse then? Oh yeah, it's the last German impulse. We have no cards left. No cards on our draw pile. Right, let's see what we get. Ooh. Boo. Yeah, I don't think I wanted to see this because we were moving, just moving across there. We were moving up to them, getting into position a little bit, and yeah, they do have a unit to deploy though. And I'll tell you what, it's probably likely that that's what they're going to do. No restriction on the fact there's only one of them, so yeah, my thinking is that what we've done over here, they can probably deploy it somewhere. There's, in fact, a lot of possibilities. They are 4th Panzer Army, though, aren't they? Ooh, okay. So this is their, as far as they can go that way. It's got to be that side of this line. Okay, right, let's have a look. Okay, so only one unit to deploy. We've got the other two out. Unit selector number 9, but that's irrelevant. He's the only one. The Highlander. Yeah. Okay. So, and it's method A still. So place unit and position hex meeting all criteria. Hex is empty or garrisoned, or is city hex occupied by only one German step. Yeah, and step, the next bullet's in reserve units army area. So it's got to be within these two lines. Let's open it up a little bit just now. So it's in between these two lines, right? Hex is empty, garrisoned, or city. But let's just come down a bit, not in Soviet artillery barrage zone, right? So it's not going to be down past that, it's going to be above that, fair enough. And let's get to Soviet unit proximate, right? So Soviet unit proximate, and remember we disregard garrisons when determining this, right? So it's going to push the card up there, we know we've got one unit to, so, and we want to be above this line. So what can we see here? I guess I'm initially thinking we're quite close to that one, aren't we? But can we though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can indeed. That unit is proximate to that. So put that one up there. I mean, obviously we could put this. I feel that's going to be a dangerous round. Don't think it wants to be adjacent to German unit as well, so not here. However, unless it was a VP hex or it was adjacent to a German unit that can't trace supply, placement would enable it to do so. That's not an option then. Now moving further up. Here, 1, 2 breaking zone of control, 3, 4 into the woods. Now that is adjacent to German unit, however, that's in Kharkov, so it's a VP hex. Oh, the placement hex is a VP hex. Right. Not adjacent to a German unit unless the placement hex is a VP hex. Right, okay, so that's not an option. Can we get further up? I don't think so. 1, 2 breaking zone of control, 3, 4 into the woods. We can't get up to here. However, I'm just forgetting about this guy. And remember, we ignore garrisons here. You can kind of go nuts, can't you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you can reach that one though. So let's just say we are proximate to that anyway. What else we got? Yeah, that might be all we've got. I did ponder and thought that maybe one of these guys can't quite reach though. This is infantry. 1, 2, and it's 3 plus 2. That's 5 to get into that one. And nothing can get up here. This guy's got to break zone of control into broken, unfortunately. This guy wouldn't be. There's maybe mechs under that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, and this is the wrong side of the artillery barrage, so I don't think any of these are gettable too. Right, hang on though. We ignore garrisons because reserves can be placed in garrisons, can't they? Yeah. So that's why are we? But no, we're not proximate to that hex anyway, are we? No, it's too fiddly to get to. One, 2, yeah, that is. Yeah, that's not happening. And I can't see anything else. There's a big picture if you want to look for something. Okay, just looking at that is adjacent to German unit, but it is a VP hex. But are we? I don't think we are we? Yeah, because we can't come through this gap. There's no gap there, and there's no gap here. Yeah. Yeah, we'll look to that. That's adjacent. It's not. Yeah, I think that's only 3. He says confidently. Yeah, okay. Right, I think I'm going to go with that. So let's just double check. Enter garrisoned hex. Well, yeah. In reserve units army area. Yeah. Not in Soviet artillery barrage zone yet. In German reserve supply. Yes. Soviet unit proximate, that's what we've just been looking at, disregarding garrisons. Yeah. Unit would not, right, here we go then. Unit would not be in dangerous round if placed in hex unless German city and German map edge hex, it's not going to be placement removes dangerous round from another German unit. So right, let's jump to the other ones just in case. Hex is not Soviet town or city, right? Not adjacent to a German unit unless, right, okay. So the only one we've got to check for is would the unit be in dangerous surround? If it would, it can still be a possibility if its placement removes dangerous surround from another German unit. Okay, well I think we said this one's clearly in dangerous surround, isn't it? So it is. Does that remove dangerous surround from anyone else? No. Well, hang on. Can we surround this guy? Don't think so. It's like you're moving across you're moving across this big river into woods. So, I mean, this guy's got to go 1 and then 6 into there. So, well, hang on though. You can get there. And in actual fact, a unit placed there would stop me from getting there. So, if I could get there, can this guy go out and in? Like I said, one of these units could go 1, 2, 3 into there. And that's the best he can achieve, isn't it? Ah. That's enough. Well, yeah, what am I talking about? All we need to go out and in here and out and in there, don't I? Dope. At some point you think, Grant, I don't even need to go out and in with this one. I just need to go like that. Just need to go from there to there, Grant, and you're good. And this guy goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So in actual fact, then that doesn't prevent that from happening, does it? Just as well, I looked again at that. That would have been silly, looking silly, trying to get us around by going into here. So this guy is in dangerous round. This is where Stefan tried to give me a wee tip, and possibly should I brought the wee yellow counters out, just the wee yellow sort of clear ones, to mark certain units that were in dangerous around, because there's that much of it in the game, and it's I think it's a good idea. I feel like it's more. I don't know. I might find in my next game of it that I find it easy. Or who knows, if this carries on this way, I guess I've got my way of always checking it. I mean, it's just. And I know, yes, I've not been making a good job of it, but hopefully I'm tightening things up now. Hopefully. Right, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so this guy's in dangerous surround, and this would be in dangerous surround. Placing a unit here does not get this guy out of dangerous surround, and it doesn't help anybody else either. Pretty sure of that. So looking down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I don't think this guy's in surround either. Anyway, this guy we managed to get out of dangerous round by this garrison, wasn't it? Was this the one that got placed? That I'd placed wrongly in the town. And John put me straight with that one. Okay, however, no, that's not going to help either, is it? No. Okay, so I feel that this is in dangerous round and would not help another unit to become not in dangerous round. So I'm taking that one away. This is not, sorry, this one up top is very unlikely to be in dangerous round. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because he's crossing the minor river. Yeah, and that is the best we're going to get with that. So he's not. Is this in dangerous round? Possibly. Possibly not. These are all infantry, aren't they? Yeah. So 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, he will be, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, and then this guy goes in here and surrounds him. So he's in dangerous surround. Would the placement of him prevent another unit from then not being in dangerous surround? I don't think so. I mean, this guy, if we place a unit here, we can still go out and in and surround that guy. So I don't think it's placed there either then. I think it's going away up. Right, well, fortunately this is going to be the end of the episode, end of the part. So I kind of like to finish on things like that. The only thing being is that now if I start playing again before I get any response, and I'm uploading 2 videos today as well, so, well, I say today, probably the next one will not get up until tomorrow morning. It depends how, because I like to look over them, I really do, because I find some mistakes myself, and then, that's fine, I find them myself, I can point them out, rather than being told, oh, you made a blunder there, Grant. Which I appreciate, don't get me wrong, I do appreciate, but I think if we're all playing with, you don't want to be doing that, so. But I suppose if I've made the mistake here and I've noticed it myself, I've still made the mistake. Yeah. Okay, will we go with that then? Are we going to go with that? So it boiled down to only one position there, didn't it? And that hex is not in dangerous round. It's within the army area. It's in German reserve supply. A Soviet unit was proximate, like we said. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Would not be in dangerous round. It's not adjacent to a German unit. It's just if the other ones were in dangerous round, the other two that are marked, and I can't see them helping somebody else out of surround, so we know this guy's surroundable, but none of the placements here, or was it here, help that guy. So okay, I'm going to go with that. That's another 16 minutes to add on to the almost hour I think that I've got, and that should make a nice part 6, is it? Or is it 7? No, 6 I think. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so that's the end of the turn, Grant. Well, we can, right, okay, I should be able to do with this. Hang on. Yeah, I want to finish the turn. It's not too complicated. And just to know how many German cards I had left, only 4. So that's probably telling you that you guys that have played it, I've probably played it wrong. So I almost went right through the German enemy command deck. Right, end of turn. From 4, well there you go, it's from turn 4 we check for victory, right. Return all combat checks to the cup. I will do that. I have done that. Remove all dispersed. Right, there's one dispersed unit, and it was a German one down here. I think that's the only one. Oh no, I lie. We tried to salvage a step loss by dispersing all them, didn't we? Which worked okay, I guess, yeah. I mean, it does. I mean, obviously, if you're wanting to keep on the move, it was the beginning of the turn, you probably would just have to accept I've got to take 2 step losses, but... right, that's that. Remove German garrisons, unable to trace reserve supply. Right, okay, so this is, we need to double check. So there's 2 down here. There's no problems with this one, tracing reserve supply. Or this one. No issues. Right, we've got one in here that... no, he's okay. He can go 1, 2 onto this road, and this road does indeed take him away. Now remember, we can't go out to the east, but the roads all go up to the... well, that's a west. Sorry, I'm saying east. We can't go east or north for reserve supply. But this road is fine. It connects up to something that goes off. So yeah, so this one's good, this one's good. Right, and let's just say that this one's good too, I would think. 1, 2, 3, I mean, it gets on that road. Now he can't trace off this side because that's the east, the north edge. But he can go on this road back into Kharkov and then away to the west. Yeah, it's tricky when it's west that way. Anyway, yeah, so that one's okay. So now these 2, and we said they weren't in danger supply, in reserve supply. Sorry. Did we move anything since that check? No, we were looking at it before we conducted this combat. But it's done us no good whatsoever. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is hopefully get this uploaded and somebody can look it over. And I'm not going to spend any more time because that's 20 minutes gone. I've looked already, and I feel like these cannot trace reserve supply. What I'm just going to do though is put, I mean, I can look back over the video footage admittedly. I'm just going to temporarily put 2 wee dark blue cubes on there, so that's where the garrisons were, and I'm going to remove them, and maybe me watching it back myself will see kind of a reserve supply trace. I really don't think so. I think it's got to reach this road here, even this one. It's 1, 2, 3, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One short. You know, I feel like that's we've got this kind of locked up, this bit. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that, and then let me know if you think there is a reserve supply trace, and also anything else about that, these last 2 parts, or anything about the whole first turn. That's us eventually got through a turn, and I'm hoping, and I'm feeling a wee bit more confident that I can carry on with turn 2. I'd like to move into turn 2 this time, if I could, but that could depend on what Martin or the rest of yous come back with. Okay, but hopefully I'll be back tomorrow with the start turn 2. That would be nice. Okay, cheers guys.